When you think of New York, what pops into your head? I'm guessing it's towering skyscrapers, a sea of yellow cabs, the endless hustle, right? That's the picture we all know. But believe me, that's not the whole story. It's not even close. So we're going to journey beyond the five boroughs, into a landscape that's just staggering in its scale and full of ancient secrets.
Listen to that. This one sentence just completely flips the script on New York. It's not just a city. It's a place of primal power, shaped by these immense forces over billions of years. So do me a favor, forget everything you thought you knew. We're about to explore the real New York.
First up, we've got to wrap our heads around the sheer scale of it all. Because New York's wilderness isn't just big, it's almost incomprehensibly vast. We're talking true giants. Start with the Adirondack Park. Now, this isn't just a park. It's 6 million acres of constitutionally protected wilderness. It's this sprawling, incredible patchwork of mountains and forests and lakes that is basically the green heart of the entire Northeast.
Okay, so 6 million acres is a number that's kind of hard to picture. So let's put it this way. The Adirondacks are larger than Yellowstone, Yosemite, the Grand Canyon, Glacier, and the Great Smoky Mountains National Parks all combined. Yeah, it's an absolute behemoth.
And the epic scale doesn't stop there. If you head out to western New York, you'll find Letchworth State Park. The Genesee River has spent millennia just carving this massive gorge through the rock, leaving these sheer cliffs that soar up to 600 feet high. It's a breathtaking sight that truly earns its nickname.
Speaking of giants, here's a pop quiz. What's the tallest waterfall in New York? Most people would say Niagara, right? Makes sense. But while Niagara is unbelievably powerful, Tahanic Falls over in the Finger Lakes region actually has it beat on height. It plunges 215 feet in a single straight drop, which makes it 33 feet taller than the American side of Niagara. A little-known fact that proves the most famous landmark isn't always the biggest. How did this incredible landscape even come to be? Well, for our next section, we're peeling back the layers of time to uncover a history that's literally written in stone. A really dramatic story of colossal glaciers and ancient volcanic fury. Then Finger Lakes are just a perfect example of this. You know, these aren't just scenic bodies of water. They are deep, long scars carved into the earth by retreating glaciers thousands of years ago. It's like the claw marks of a giant beast raking its hand across the land. Now, if you've ever looked across the Hudson River from Manhattan, you've seen them, the towering Palisades. Well, their origin is right here. These aren't just any old cliffs. They're the exposed remnants of an underground volcanic event from 200 million years ago, when magma cooled and cracked into these incredible vertical columns you see today. Okay, here's a fact that might really surprise you. The Catskills? They aren't technically mountains. Geologically speaking, they're what's called a dissected plateau. So imagine a massive high flat plain, which was once the bottom of an ancient sea, that's just been slowly carved up by rivers over millions and millions of years. The peaks we see today are simply the parts that haven't been washed away. And while the Catskills are eroding away, the Adirondacks are a total geological rebel. They are actively growing. They're rising about 2 millimeters every single year. See, deep down in the Earth's mantle, there's a hot spot that's pushing the land upward like a giant, slow-moving. So beyond all the deep history, New York's geography has this seriously quirky side to it. It's full of legal oddities and perfect little facts to stump your friends on trivia night. For instance, can you name all the states that border New York? You'd probably miss one. Rhode Island. I know, right? The two states don't share an inch of dry land, but they do share a maritime border out in the Block Island Sound. So that makes them official, if, pretty distant neighbors. And what about Long Island? Geographically, it's obviously an island. It's right there in the name. But legally, it's a peninsula. Yup. In a 1985 Supreme Court case about water rights, the court actually ruled that the East River was too narrow to legally separate it from the mainland. It's this perfect case of the law just overriding physical reality.
The weirdness just keeps on going at the Statue of Liberty. The original natural part of Liberty Island, that's legally part of New York. But all the man-made landfill that's been added over the years, that land technically belongs to New Jersey. So you can literally walk from one state to another in just a few steps. All of this really proves that New York's geography isn't some static museum piece. Not at all. It's a living, breathing landscape, and it's constantly being reshaped by nature And, well, by us. Just take Manhattan itself. The island is way bigger today than it was back in the 1600s. Areas like Battery Park City were literally built from scratch. They just dumped fill into the river, creating hundreds of new acres of prime real estate out of nothing but water.
Meanwhile, over on the shores of Lake Ontario, nature is doing the exact opposite. Here, you'll find the Chimney Bluffs, these fragile, otherworldly spires of clay that were left behind by glaciers. They are constantly being eroded by storms and waves. This dramatic landscape is in a constant state of beautiful decay, changing year after year.
From growing mountains to shrinking coastlines, New York's geography tells the story that spans billions of years, and it's a story that's still being written today. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What incredible story does the land tell right outside your own front door?